Hello, my name is Ezekiel Stone. Today I'll be talking to you about the computer science career of a penetration tester. Now, what is a penetration tester? A penetration tester, also known as a pen tester, is a cybersecurity professional hired to legally and ethically hack networks and applications. This isn't just a person paid to hack networks and steal data. This individual specifically is paid to hack the network with the goals of protecting it. But not just protecting the network, but the people using the network and the data is stored and shared on the network. Now, what are some tasks a pen tester will be encountering or completing on a day to day basis at work? A pen tester will be doing one of three tasks, maybe even all three. First task is planning and reconnaissance within the network. Second task is looking for active exploitations and vulnerabilities of the network. And the third task is documenting and reporting anything found. Now, all three of these tasks, they sound similar, they go hand in hand together, but all three support the same underlying goal. That goal is to protect the network. Whether the network needs to be protected by simulating or even attacking the network to see how someone might do it, building up defenses and fortifying the network, or just developing new plans and strategies. Either way, a pen tester's job and a pen tester's main task is to protect the network. Like every career out there, the salary that a penetration tester would make a year depends on experience. Entry level penetration testers will, on average, make $90,000 to $100,000 a year. Mid level penetration testers, 4 to 6 years, could make $114,000 to $125,000 a year. Senior level, anybody up who's been working 7 years or above, could be making $128,000 to $200,000 a year. Again, these are just averages I found on Indeed. In my area, I live in the DMV area, and this is where I found. If someone lived in, let's say, Wisconsin, the number could be a lot less, and maybe if someone lived in New York, the number could be a lot more. But on average, this is the experience levels needed to make these kinds of money. What is the preparation needed to become a penetration tester? There are two categories of preparation. You've got work experience and education. Work experience penetration testers would need to have these different job roles. And there's a reason why I had them set up in tier one and tier two. Tier one is like entry level. That is like the first year, maybe even the second year of working that I've shown in the previous slide, which includes job titles like help desk, network administrator, and a systems administrator. Tier two, that's like kind of a few years into the game of the cybersecurity game, to be exact. Tier two includes jobs like security analyst or vulnerability analyst. All of these jobs help give the penetration tester a well rounded experience on what it's like to work on a network, what it's like to protect the network, what it's like to run a network, even. Now, the education required to become a penetration tester is a minimum of a bachelor's degree. And it can't just be a bachelor's degree in art and hope to become a penetration tester. No, no, no. You got to have at least one of these degrees: computer science, information systems, or information technology. Like I said, a bachelor's degree is the minimum. Something I meant to mention earlier in the previous slide about making different salaries a year is education levels and certificates also play a big role in that. A person with a lot of certificates and a lot of degrees could maybe only have 4 years of experience, but could make 20 to 30 grand more. It all just depends on the cards you have and when you play them. My favorite slide in the whole presentation so far is this one right here. And this one, the premise is, how can I, as a future penetration tester, connect and correlate the Bible with my career? Well, for starters, Jesus tells his disciples before he floats up to heaven that we got to go to the world, making disciples, spreading the gospel, telling people about the good news. My career as a penetration tester could absolutely be a vessel. I could meet people. I could develop a network and make my signature John 3:16, something like that. And for what it's worth, God emphasizes the need for security. Now, the Bible doesn't specify cybersecurity as a need. It doesn't say in, I don't know, Ephesians that we got to get CompTIA Security Plus 701 certified. But it does say in Nehemiah that when the Israelites were building the wall for Jerusalem, they were laying bricks with one hand and holding a sword in the other hand in anticipation of an attack. This is a biblical principle of working for peace but preparing for war, if you will, that I can apply in the workplace as a future penetration tester.